Welcome back, few ladies and gentlemen. You may remember I managed to fix this car last time, the engine run, and it drove back home right here in the garage. And as always, I didn't have enough time to fix it because other projects, family, full-time job and all that stuff. Right now I have other plans with it, but you maybe remember I told you this car is for sale as a project car. I had few people here looking on that car, but no one had enough balls to buy it and to fix it. What I came up to is to fix it, but on budget, because 850 parts are really rare. They are also expensive. This car is not something what you want to put in a museum because it has already 240,000 kilometers, something like that. And I have a big support right now. My camera guy decided to fix this car. Yeah, you are hearing it right. Well, of course, I will check all the stuff he is doing because he's not a mechanic, but he knows all that stuff and he can do it. And the camera guy is working all the time on bikes, not on the cars, but it is almost the same. You can give him a nice welcome because this is my little brother and he will be happy to do all that job. Welcome!
If something breaks, don't ask me.
Yeah, of course, you can blame him, yeah. His name is Andrej. And he needs to disassemble the front of the car because we need to change the front radiator. It is leaking. We need to change a thermostat because I think he is not working properly. And I have from underneath broken parts. You may remember from the first video I show you that these parts are broken and these will be changed. And in order to do that, you need to take this whole bumper section out of the way in order to reach those plastic parts. So my brother managed to take the front bumper off and to take all this broken plastic off. Right now he had cleaned all of that area down here. There is a small oil leak coming out of these automatic lines. We need to change the clamps on them and they will be just fine again. It will be assembled back again with new parts. But before he does that, we need to take the radiator out because he is leaking, and we are going to change the thermostat and to check all the rest of the parts on the engine in order to make sure there is no more broken plastic, broken piece, something wrong, and then it will be all assembled back again.
Oh man.
Šta je to sada? Kaput, a?
If you use a different types of coolant fluids, you will get this. This is just a chemical reaction, and that means it could be that this engine block is completely full of that crap. So we're gonna need to clean it in order to have no temperature problems. But yeah, this is the best way to see what happens when you use different types of your fluids. So if you have red in it, put red in it. If you have blue in it, put blue again in it. But if you bought a car, clean completely the system and put new fluid that your producer is telling you to put in this engine. Make sure you put the right one. Look at this tasty thermostat. It looks delicious. And still original BMW thermostat. We can all spot the difference. This is the original one, completely eaten out. I made sure to clean the engine from the inside. And this is actually from a crispy 750 IL that I bought from Stratton. It is a parts car because I don't have any papers, and this one looks pretty good. Bit oxidation, but nothing serious, and from the inside it looks like new. So, will be installed, and this one will be hatched to the wall as a memory, or I don't know. We'll see about that. The engine bay has been cleaned. You can see it down there. It is shiny and looks like new. Air conditioning radiator is still looking great. No need to change them. All of that will be assembled back with a brand new radiator because old one is clogged and not looking good anymore, and of course leaking water. This is the old guy, and this is the hole where should all that fluid come out, but no fluid came out because it is fully clogged and will be thrown away. This is an old radiator from that 850. You can see it right here. This is the upper part, and you see all that. It is running through all these area, completely all the way down there. So it means this radiator caused engine overheating sometimes. All because of that. And if you're not sure what do you have in your car, just change the whole fluid, put new one in. BMW uses always blue one and buy them from dealer. It's not expensive, just go ahead with it because this could cost you an engine. This one costs maybe 200 euros and you are ready to roll. While I'm working on CSI, my brother is actually trying to get this transmission out because this is the only left oil leak that we have on this 850. Engine is dry, engine is bone dry, and it would be a shame to leave this leakage. Right now we are gonna disassemble all that. Well, I mean, I'm gonna help him here and there. You know what I mean? If you do almost everything, then you wanna do really everything. And this one will be fixed, and after that this car will be leak-free again. And after it's all cleaned up, I think this one will look almost like new. Gearbox is shifting fine, it's making no problems, and I don't think there is anything else needed besides fresh oil and fresh filter, and these ones are known to run for huge miles and they don't make any issues. Ich oknem, že do ove strane je strše vamo. So no more screwing around, less screw going out. So, the big boy is out. Now it's the time, well, you'll see in a minute. Well, we are doing the same thing as on a 750. We are gonna change all that gaskets up there because there is no reach after we install a transmission. And we do have one problem. Only one screw is broken. But the method to remove these screws is very simple. When you are trying to remove the screws, make sure you use this kind of pressure gun. But do not go with a full throttle on these small screws. And place them on the top and try to lose it in the same time with the key. And this is how that screw looks like right now. They are gonna be changed, not only because of that. The rust is the second problem. So, the new seal is in, the gasket is in the place, the lower one is still in one piece. All you need to do right now is apply a thin amount of RTV in this edge right here and right there. This is the edge where oil likes to leak out, and only there is a place where you should apply a bit of RTV. And of course, I have used again a silicone grease on the surface, on the crankshaft, and of course on the seal. The longer screws are going into the engine block and the shorter screws are going through the oil pan in this cover. The next step will be something special, and the next step will be proof that we did a great job. Without this guy it would be really boring. But we have managed to change the seal right there, because I was not sure where was the leak coming from, and it was actually from the crankshaft seal. Well, with all that taken apart, my brother changed the seal right there. He also polished this surface right here, and it is assembly time right now. And of course this one will get fresh new oil and all that stuff that comes together. My brother is installing a new heat isolation on the bottom. This is how it looks like, a brand new isolation. It is also much better than the original one. And we are gonna continue till here in order to cover the whole tunnel to keep this heat out from interior. A nice upgrade. Trust me, every 8 series has that problem up there. You need to remove transmission in order to do it properly, and this one will not have any more heat problems in the tunnel. Heat isolation is completely in. It is looking goddamn great, and this is such a nice improvement for these old cars. All that heat is not gonna come in the interior, and it looks amazing. I mean, it would be better if it would be black, but I think I can live with that. This will help a lot. There's Timmy. I'm actually measuring the holes because the idiot that previously changed the engine or transmission didn't use all the screws, and we had only 4 or 5 screws underneath, and on the top there were no screws. So I'm looking for such a clean screws in order to tighten them properly, because originally they came up with torque screws. All of that needs to go somewhere up there in order to do it properly. I didn't want to bother you with a disassembly from the oil pan on the gearbox. I'm using fresh new filter, new gasket, and of course new oil. There is actually a O-ring right here. You need to have that one back into place and just tighten this filter back in the same position. And there is no need to flush this transmission because this oil is goddamn new. It is so red, it doesn't smell bad, it doesn't have any black color, and it looks like it is something that has been done lately. And I'm gonna use the same ATF mineral oil in order to keep the same fluid inside. You can change the fluid to something better, to synthetic oil, but you need to flush it a few times in order to get all that old stuff out, in order for that new fluid to work properly. If you put half of your displacement of synthetic oil and half of mineral oil, you're gonna have 100% problems with your gearbox. All you need to do right now is just clean that sealing surface. Just rip it off. You don't want to use any brake cleaner or any additives on transmissions, especially not on automatic transmissions, because they are so sensitive on any kind of fluid. Just whip that surface off and you are ready to install the oil pan with a new gasket. Guess what? Oil pan is also clean as hell. And those 6 oil pan screws, they need only 10 Nm. Cooling system is complete again. Water is inside and brand new thermostat. The system is completely cleaned out. We will see right now if we have temperature problems or if we fixed everything. Engine is right now running for 15 minutes and it is on fully operating temperature. No leaks, no issues. Fan clutch is working perfectly. Electric fan is working also. I have installed this switch right there. His function is to switch this electrical fan when you have overheating problems with your engine. Right now this one will switch 5 degrees sooner. It means this fan clutch will not have to work all that hard and will not steal all that power from the engine, because all of that problems will be solved with this electric fan. Of course, the fan clutch will work sometimes in high temperatures, but overall the small one will run much sooner and will help to cool down the engine. And check those temperature gauge. It is stable as Swiss franc. Nice. Maybe you remember in the first video, this differential was leaking like hell and it is still leaking. We are taking it out, all the seals will be changed, and at the same time this drive shaft will be overhauled because it has some play. So, my brother took this diff housing off in order to check the play and to check the condition of it. Those teeth, they don't have any damage or wear on it. And it is the time to seal this up because it was leaking on all the sides. We are not using paper gasket anymore. We are going with the modern stuff. It's never gonna leak again. If you need a proper clean on your car, you can give a call my brother because he is doing it properly and almost perfect. As you can see, all done by hands and it looks great and marvelous. But right now it is the time to install rear diff back into place because this one is completely sealed. And after the diff is installed, we are gonna continue, my brother is gonna continue to disassemble the rear axle because there are some joints that needs to be changed, and one after another. As soon as he reaches the left or the rear side, all of that will be cleaned because it makes sense to clean those cars from underneath. Don't you think so? Oh yeah!
Sad na drugą stronę. What? It's rust.
Ajde, izvucka se.
Aha!
It ain't my dream job, but I like it clean. I'm pretty sure my brother and me, we do have some golden hands because we have cleaned it out pretty goddamn great. It means both sides. And I am goddamn happy about that. You can see all these corners in the back, absolutely rust free. I am making sure that the new owner one day is not gonna have any rust issues because I am coating everything from inside and outside, and if this car is gonna be driven or sold in Germany, you can drive it maybe sometimes in the winter too, because all of that is gonna get some special treatment from the inside, as you can see. The rear axle also got much better. That white stuff is that original wax from the factory. They didn't cover the whole axle in it, they just did it on some points, but in the back the chassis is all clean. You can see it right here, it is accident free car, nothing is spent, it is all original. This chassis is completely straight, rust free, and the same goes up there. Maybe I'm gonna clean this area a bit more. It is decent right now. This area also looks great, nothing to see here. You can see it up there, all clean, just unbelievable. Spanish cars, they do have bad axles and all that stuff, but rust is just not a friend on these cars. Drive shaft for this 850 is kinda worn out and I tried to fix it. I sent it to the company. You can see all the data from the car I wrote down so they can find out the parts. I usually paid 300 to 400 euros to fix all that drive shaft joints because all of them have play. This one right there is also, you can see it's not even twisting. It means this joint is kinda dry from inside. The front one is 2 screws. You can see it here. You are not able to twist it any more than that. it means it is completely dry and it is worn out. And of course this one had play. This one I wasn't able to feel if this one has play, and the back one I'm 100% sure that this one has play because I can hear it clicking and moving all the way inside of there. In order to fix all that joints, I was thinking about again 300 to 400 euros as they have used for my 750 that lays right down there. They came up with a new price with almost 1000 euros. So I said, of course, why? Because this is brand new original BMW drive shaft for E31 850. What does it say here? Well, I think we all see it correctly. So that means I paid 1000 euros for that, and this is 100% correct. And the old one should be fixed, and the teeth in the back, they are using some glue, some compound to get those teeth tight again. I don't like that. I like fresh meat, and right now this one will be installed. Brand new. What a nice feeling, eh? You need to tighten the drive shaft in the front and in the back, and after that, when this metal bearing is in the middle, still hand tight these two screws, mark 4 millimeters from this area and from that area in the front, and after that pull this bearing on that mark like that. And the second side too. And after that, tighten the screws to 20 Newton meters. With this being done, you're gonna add a small amount of preload on this rubber, and this one will keep the drive shaft steady without any vibrations. To understand all that a bit better, I'm gonna show you the underneath of 850 right now, because it is almost clean as new. It is pretty goddamn great looking again. All this stuff is clean again. Oil pan from automatic transmission has been painted because we have removed and changed the filter. It was a problem. When I engaged the gear, it wasn't pulling because it was sucking air on the side. I don't know. It was a problem, that stupid O-ring. I had to do it 2 times, but right now it is working. In the rear, it is also clean as hell. Diff is already done. It has been resealed. There are brand new seals and all inside. In the rear you can see 8 series, no rust, just a bit rust right here. But this is surface rust and it is nothing serious. It means I can just clean it a bit, paint that stuff, and it's gonna look like new again. Rear axle, my brother needs to disassemble the whole axle because all these joints are worn out and have a lot of play, and there are stuff on suspension that needs to be done. And you have seen already, brand new drive shaft has been installed from the dealer. I paid 1000 euros for it because that's the only thing that's gonna work properly on this car, and all of that it's gonna be done soon. I'm not saying next 2 days, but in the next month or 2 it's gonna be done, because we are working on all kind of stuff here and we cannot focus ourselves just on one car because there are many other projects. So let me show you them. So let's move on CSI. I have tried to see the problems with AHK, means active Hinterachs kinematic. It means it is a German word for rear wheel steering. This is actually a module for that stuff. And as I bought the car, all of these connectors were disconnected and I found something else. Come with me. You can see the speedo is removed, and this is actually a lamp for that rear wheel steering, and the previous owner has removed these bubbles in order to hide the error. I knew there was something about it because this one wasn't on and airbag lamp wasn't on. So these two stuff mother. The interior is nice looking. Besides the roof, I need to do that. And this wood, it's gonna be changed because I don't think I like this wood setup. I'm gonna change it in the black optic and it's gonna look even better. And this is the engine block from 850 CSI. I had issues with some oxidation on this surface. You'll see that in the video. I have managed to weld all that area that had oxidation, and the machine shop has cleaned up that surface and made it even again. It means this one is gonna seal 100% again. The cylinders, we all know Alusil is no coating. Alusil is a complete block. It means it has aluminium and silicium alloy inside and it is no coating. Make sure to remember that, because all of that needs to be honed and hedged in order to get that surface perfect again to make these engines run forever. The machine shop has done that. I have already measured the cylinders and it is really nicely done. The next step is going to be to assemble the engine, but I cannot do it right now because I still have the 7 Series and this car really needs to be done first. After that, I can concentrate myself on this engine because I have parts from 7 Series in every edge in this workshop. It is just literally too much. And I'm not able to start anything else until I'm not done with this car. After that, I have free mind and of course will be able to focus myself only on this engine. And for this engine, I have bought a lot of brand new and original parts. I never believed that I will be able to get brand new crankshaft from BMW. And that's gonna be soon. Trust me on that and stay tuned. This is the 750 IL from California. You know that car already. This one has issues on all the sides, but no issues on the engine. If you take a deep look on this interior, I have disassembled almost everything. I have taken out the front seats, the rear seats. The rear end is not assembled together because I needed access to rear shocks, and in order to get to them, you need to remove this isolation stuff up here and all that stuff in the way in order to get to these 3 screws for the rear shocks, because EDC system is complicated. By saying almost completely disassembled means those rear seats are not mounted, they are just laid in order to make sure they don't get any damage by storing them somewhere else. And all of that, headliner, door panels, seats, the middle area, the cluster, this radio needs to get out. It is almost the whole car from inside disassembled. And I still need to continue because Californian cars, they don't have fog light on the rear. It means I need to pull an extra cable from this switch right here all the way down to the light control module. All that needs to be taken apart in order to lay that cable properly. I am so goddamn happy about that. On the 7 Series, engine is running properly, really nice, and there is no more stuff I need to do on this engine. And I am really glad about it, because when you need to take all these intake pods out, this is really pain in the ass. But the previous owner has already done that. The water pump is new, gaskets are new, the stuff down there has been changed. It means I don't need to do that. I have done all the other pipes in the front, on the sides and all the others, but engine is running really nice. And maybe you remember, a lot of you will know that I bought a car from Stratton. This 750 IL E32 from 1989. I have some decent surprise for it. I have finally decided to put manual transmission in it, 6-speed, originally from 8 Series, from such a car, or better say, from such a car, because that's 4-speed, like Stratton likes to say, clangomatic, really is clangomatic. It shifts, yeah, it is good transmission, but I don't like it. It's just, I like to, you know, to crush things. And this one should be all fine. I bought it completely with clutch set, with flywheel and all that stuff that I need to install. And I do have the pedals somewhere there or there, I don't know, because I have disassembled already 2 or 3 cars for the parts like this one, and all that is gonna be done in the winter, not before, because, you know, other projects and stuff like that. Engine bay hasn't changed because it is all clean, like Stratton already did that. No need to do anything here. I just need to clean that engine cover and to mount it. But as always, no time for it. And I need to choose a paint job for this car. Black, I don't like black color on outside from the cars, not that much. And I'm looking for something else. I do have something in mind, but feel free to comment what would you like to see on this car from the outside. And my brother has started cleaning the exhaust system. This is how it looked like on arrival, and this is how it looks right now. He managed to clean the upper area. He needed maybe 3 minutes and he made it to get this result. It really is clean, and all the stuff he has used was home cleaners. It means nothing special. Everyone can buy it in the store and you get all these results. Trust me, you'll see that on the next video in 2 minutes. And I bought myself a brand new toy, and this one is really fun. So let's check it out. It goes like hell and it makes even more fun in the woods. I can't wait to test that. Smell of fresh burnt tires, nice mountains in the back, and all these cars right here. Such a magnificent point. And of course I'm located on Grobnik near Rijeka on a racetrack with all that beautiful view. Check that out. So many cars from so many different nations. And to be honest, I'm not a Ferrari guy, but this Maranello is taking every breath out of my mouth. Just too goddamn beautiful. One day, guys, one day. That ass, yeah, I know, that ass is just amazing. Red Pig or Rottersau, the quickest car back in the days. And you would think it has manual transmission. You are absolutely wrong about it. It has automatic transmission because back in the days only this transmission was able to hold that torque. Kinda rare to see, and even more rare in Croatia. Completely restored by Croatians. Driven by women. Can you believe in that? This lady can drive. Brand new engine. And perfect time to break it in. 1JZ. Completely new.